Can I ask you, is it at all credible for the Prime Minister not to obey the rule of law? If the Benn Bill becomes law, then surely the Prime Minister has to do what it says. No ifs, no buts.
Well, this government, of course, it will obey the law. The Prime Minister's been very clear about that. He was asked about that in Parliament last week, and he was very clear. So we will obey all laws.
If the law says the Prime Minister must ask for an extension beyond October the 31st to Brussels, the Prime Minister will do that, because that's what the law says.
Well, I'll tell you what the Prime Minister is going to do, because this is very important for your listeners to hear, because obviously it's been the big issue this week. We are going to continue to work towards exit on October the 31st. We will leave on October the 31st. We will work for a deal. We will keep putting all our effort in that and preparations for no deal, just in case that's the only way we can leave. The Prime Minister will go to the October Council meeting on October the 17th and 18th, and he will try to strike a deal. He absolutely will not ask for an extension in that meeting.
But that's the problem. If the law says that he must ask for an extension, what are his options?
Well, the law talks about October the 19th, in case there is no deal agreed in that council meeting. Should we get to that position, we will look at our options. Of course, we'll obey the law, but we will look at our options.
On October the 19th,
and we will not.
After that council, the Prime Minister would ask for an extension, because that is the law of this country.
We will not change our policy. Our policy is clear.
How does this work? It's completely baffling.
Well, we have to wait and see.
If the law says one thing, and you're saying the government's going to obey the law, but we're not going to do that one thing, it's very hard to see how you get out of that.
The government will not change its policy, and we will be consistent with obeying the law, but also sticking to our policy, and you'll have to wait and see how that happens. There's a lot of days between now and October the 19th, and we will be working full on until October the 31st, actually, to either leave with a deal or to leave with no deal.
So the government's position is that we will obey the law, but we won't do what the law tells us to do.
Those are your words. Those are not my words. No, absolutely not. We are clear.
Well, explain what's wrong about that. Explain what's wrong about what I've just said.
Well, first of all, the Prime Minister will go to the Council meeting on the 17th and 18th. He'll be trying to strike a deal. He absolutely will not be asking for an extension in that meeting. Should we, as the bill talks about the 19th being an important date, and at that point we will consider our options, but our policy is clear, it is unchanged. We will be leaving on October the 31st.
So what that means is, at that council, if you don't get a deal and the 19th comes round, as dates tend to do, you at that point will obey the law or not?
We will obey all laws, because all governments should obey laws, absolutely. But you'll have to wait and see what happens then.